Well, y'all, welcome back. So, about an hour from home, I'm still in Nebraska, and I've got a nice lake behind me here. But while I was looking on maps today to try to find a spot to camp tonight that I haven't been to before, I've never camped here. I have been to this lake before, but to find a spot that I've never camped at, I came across this lake, and surprisingly, there is a tiny little graveyard here, and they look to be old graves. This looks like a fairly new marker, but the dates are really old. So Hale, Amos Hicks Hale, Governor of New York, March 30, 1818 to June 6, 1871. Mary Major, his wife, Washington, Indiana, July 9th, 1820 to March 25th, 1901. Robert M., their son, October 19th, 1852 to February 14th, 1870. And you've got some little markers down here, brother, father, and I think that says mother. And then on here, it's also on the back side, it says James B., October 25th, 1874 to January 4, 1902. Buried at Roca, Nebraska, which is over that direction, I think. But other than that, it's pretty bare. I don't know if there was... I'm going to honestly take a wild guess and say there's probably some unmarked graves here at this point, because that is damaged. So we've got a couple of old headstones right there and a couple of larger ones right here. So you can see the top of that is broken off. Egger. And let's see, oh, there's some writing on both sides, I think. Susan Egger, wife of Samuel Egger, born September 24th, 1801, died August 31st, 1874. He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. It's kind of hard to read some of this stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything on the back. We'll see what this says. Okay, so this must have been her husband, Samuel Egger, born January 1st, 1801, died February 17th, 1874. And I cannot read that. Blessed are the dead. Yeah, I really can't read much of that. Another larger one. This one looks like it's in the best shape. That one, since that one's missing the top. Mary E., daughter of J.S. Peter, died June 5th, 1877, aged 33 years, 5 months, and 13 days. We will meet in heaven, is what it says. And you can kind of see these have been, it looks to me like it's been glued back together, because I think these are separate pieces, and it's sitting at an angle. I wouldn't be surprised if it had fallen over. And then the other side here, oh, it's got 3 sides, nothing on the front though. What does this one say? Henrietta died December 23rd, 1874, aged 2 years, 9 months, and 29 days. Blessed on earth to blessed in heaven, maybe? It's hard to read that. And on the back, Margaret, wife of G.O. Peter, died July 20th, 1874, aged 31 years, 4 months, 17 days. Henry died September 1874, aged 6 months. And I can't read that. And then it says Peter down there. So they're kind of, I don't know if they're backwards. Maybe it was put together, turned around. That's definitely possible. But that one does just have it on both sides. And then the only other marked headstones are these 3 here, which I don't know if they're going to be legible at all. This one just has some initials up here. Looks like AMB and ERG or something, ERB. Hard to read. This one's gonna be even worse. I can't read the name. Died May 1871. That's all I can see on that. Looks like there was some sort of design up here. Died 1888, maybe? Yeah, you really can't read them. Looks like this would have been a lamb, and the head's missing. Elmer E., son of something L, something A, Burghardt, something like that. Died November 9th, 1883. Aged, I want to say it was 1 year, and there's writing down here, but you can't read any of that. And you've got a big lake out here. There are some camp spots on this side. You can see my truck over there. There's some camp spots over here, but it's tent camping only. You can only park in the parking lots. So that's usually never the most fun for me if I can't like park by my campfire. But I believe the actual like back end sites are straight across. I'm pretty sure that's the campground over there. So I'm gonna hop back in the truck. We'll drive over there and see what it looks like. It's cold today. Once we get back to the truck, I'll give you guys a little bit of a weather report. But it's currently below freezing, and it's not going to get above freezing at all today. I want to say the low tonight is 20 or something, but I'll check it and make sure. For now, I want to get back in the truck because my hands are freezing. I should have put my gloves on. It's a little nipply out here. Oh yeah, there's the tent camp spots, which wouldn't be bad, but you have to park up here. So not the greatest, but let's hop back in here. Crank that heater up. I'll read you a weather report. Man, my hands are cold. It's currently 27. We have a high of 28 degrees today, so we're almost there. We might have actually already hit that. And we got a low of 21 tonight. It currently feels like it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And this is actually probably the coldest day of the week, and might be the coldest day for quite a while. Doesn't our snow forecast and ice forecast isn't looking the greatest here this year, but we'll get some eventually. But why don't we get headed over to the other side of the lake, see if we can find ourselves a camp spot to set up on tonight. Alright y'all, we're basically set up, found a campsite. I wasn't sure if I was going to have electric here. I better turn the light on, maybe you guys can see me. I know it's bright back there. Makes it hard for you guys to, I know that makes it hard for you guys to see me. So, truck is set up, the heater is plugged in. Like I was going to say, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to have electricity here. Because I thought it was all primitive like the other side was. But we've got a nice electrical spot, so I did plug in since it is cold. But we're gonna go ahead and get a fire going here pretty quick. Hang outside for a little while and get ourselves some dinner cooked. So it should be a cool night. It's probably the coldest night so far this fall. And I guess it's not gonna be bad in here since I do have the heater. But we'll hang out, we'll have a good time. Stay tuned, y'all. Well, y'all, I don't have any of my regular fire starters with me, but I've got some of these that I've kept in the box. And there's some paper in here that we can use. We'll just light that up. Like that. Come on. I think I got it. Yeah, these fire starters that I have here, they definitely take a little bit to get going. But once they do, they work well. Maybe you need to like break them up. I don't know. But we got it. Do this the right way. Throw that one in the middle just because I know it'll burn well. Get this thing stacked up and going. That's pretty big one. Alright, there we go. You can already see the flames looking out of the top of that. Well, y'all, my nose is running. It's cold out here. Sun's getting pretty low. Fire is going. Why don't we wander down by the lake a little bit, see what that's about. It almost looks like there's a little dock you can walk out on way over yonder, so we'll go check that thing out. Let this thing burn for a while. Why don't we grab ourselves a drink before we head down there. So, in the, dang it, Dr. Pepper, you lay over. So in the spirit of good old Nebraska, we're gonna try this. So this is Zipline Dear Old, I didn't even realize it said that, Dear Old Nebraska Brew. 12 fluid ounce lager, 4.8%, official beer of Nebraska alumni. I'm not a Nebraska alumni, but I am a Nebraska native. So it says there's no place like Nebraska, designed by and for University of Nebraska alumni. This easy drinking American lager is perfect for tailgating and enjoying the good life in all kinds of weather. 40% IBU, I think is what that means. And it's brewed locally here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Look at that fire just raging over there. Let's crack this guy open. My fingerless gloves are not the greatest. It's good beer. Reminds me a lot of their copper alt, but like a lighter copper alt almost. Like a lighter, crisper copper alt. I don't know. That's really good. But when I spotted that, I had to get that. So, yeah, fire's raging. Let's go check this water out. Yeah. No. For a second there, I thought there was a boat ramp by the side of this, but it's just a little trail that goes down. Got a little pier you can walk out. Oh, and it's ice. I didn't even notice that. That's ice. Well, first Nebraska ice I've seen. The water level is pretty low. I'm about 90% sure this year they drew this lake down and they did some renovations. Ooh, there's a bunch of little minnows swimming out from under the dock. I doubt you guys would see that. I think they basically drained this lake and it's been filling back up over the last year, so there's really no fishing to speak of here. It's still kind of down. But the water is it's surprisingly clear right now. You guys can see it out there. And the graveyard is over there on the other side of the lake. Right in that area somewhere. And there's some day use areas on the other side. And we've got the sun going down in between the trees over there. The fire's raging up there. I'd say let's get headed back up to the truck and probably get some dinner going before it gets dark. So you may have seen it in a couple of the shots. There was this big hunk of wood behind the truck when I backed in. It's really like, I don't know, it's pretty junky wood, but I'm just gonna toss it on top of this thing and see if it'll burn. It should burn, but it might burn like crap. But why not, right? Although now we might not get to dinner before it gets dark, but it'll be all right as long as I'm warm. I could have probably split that up a bit. It got a few chunks of wood out of it, but it's burning. I have a feeling it's going to burn fairly quickly. It's kind of rotten. It's really a light piece of wood. But That's blazing. Might as well use that. Well, it's burning good, but it's all my wood. And it's not exactly dark yet. What am I gonna do? It's cold out there, so I've completely let the fire burn out. I've used all my wood, and it's only 6:27. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to cook in here. I think I've got an idea, so I can do what I want to do. Let's get settled in here. I've had the tailgate open. It says it's a balmy 40 degrees in here right now. My feet are cold. I do have my boots with me. I just have my shoes on now, but I do have my boots with me, but they aren't insulated or anything, but the solid leather would have been a little bit nicer, I guess. I should probably pick up something like an insulated hiking boot. I've got like big winter boots for like ice fishing and whatnot, but it's not necessary yet. But a nice insulated boot would probably be good. So if you guys have any recommendations on those, I guess let me know. Should warm up in here a bit more really quick. Yeah, it's already up to 42, 44. As soon as you close that door, it starts warming up. Toss this under the bed. I'm gonna get my jammy pants shoved on here before I do anything crazy. We'll get to cooking. Like I said, I've got an idea. I need to use this pot. I don't have a burner for my I don't have the burner attachment for the jet boil. I need to pick that up, but I've got an idea. I think what we'll actually do is we'll probably run and see if we can find that attachment in the morning. I think our local Shields has the attachment for the jet boil that allows you to set just a regular pot on top of that. So that's definitely on the we need that list. But let's get these pajama pants on. Alright, y'all. So, I don't have a burner for my jet boil, but tonight I want to make some of this. Lloyd's seasoned shredded pork. I'm gonna make, I guess, like barbecue pork sandwiches. Put a little bit of hot sauce on there, but I need a way to heat it up, and since I don't have, might as well grab another Nebraska brew out of there, but since I don't have a burner back here, I could grab my stove, but I don't really want to do that back here right now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use my Mr. Buddy heater. So you can pop this see if I can remember how to do this. You can pop the front of this thing off one way or the other. I know I've done it before. And it gets mighty dangerous. But if you pop that off, you can turn it around and set it right on the top, just like so. And if you can see that there, then you have like a burner. And so we're gonna dump this pulled pork into the pan here and get that heater started. And we're gonna use that propane heat to heat up our pulled pork. I think it should work just fine. Once we get this going, it's a little wonky, so hopefully that doesn't slide off. It's not perfectly level. I'd be pretty bummed if I got pulled pork all over the floor. I'm gonna turn this heater off down here because I don't need two heat sources going. All right, let's get this stuck in here. All right, the buddy heater is going. This is fully cooked meat. I mean, you could eat it straight out of this thing cold. We're gonna go ahead and just make all of that. It already smells good. It's tasty. And onto the fire. We're gonna try to keep it up pretty high off here, center right in the middle of there, so it doesn't fall over. But there we go, we're cooking, and it is hot right there on low. Well, that's going there. We'll throw that down on the floor. Let's get this jet boil ready. So to go with this, I'm gonna make these Velveeta shells and cheese, ready in 5 minutes. So all it gives you on the side of that is a microwave recipe. We're just gonna put boiling water in there, and that should be good. But we'll make sure this meat down here is nice and warm before we get this cooking. I don't know if they're supposed to give you 2 packets of cheese sauce in there, but I got 2 packets of cheese sauce, boy, and a packet of bacon. I don't think I need this whole thing. I bet that'll be enough, honestly. One for you, one for me. Save a little bit for later. We'll go ahead and get this thing going. Yeah, the first few times I used this, I just wasn't turning it on high enough to get the thing to pop off. That's running. We'll get the water boiling for that. My meat down here is already getting warm. Crack this other beer open. I need to start bringing more firewood for the colder times of the year, I guess, when it gets dark so early. I mean, there ain't anything to do out there as soon as it starts getting dark out. There ain't nothing to do out yonder once it starts getting dark. Gotta just climb up in the camper and start making some food, because there ain't nothing else you can do around there. Reckon I'll tell you what. Alright, we're steaming. We're boiling over here. All right, so we got to fill this up to the line, give it 5 minutes, and then mix in our cheese and our bacon bits. And this is definitely hot enough. Holy crap. There we go. Made entirely too much water, but I guess we can use this to clean that pan out if we don't spill it all over ourselves in the process tonight. It's getting hot in here. Go ahead and open this window up. Get ourselves some air. Dismiss that. Our noodles are done. Our meat is plenty warm. Bacon bits. Ooh, that still seems a little bit runny. The noodles seem done though. I'm gonna turn this heater off down here. Turn my stove off down there. All right. I've got myself a pot holder here to set this pan on because it's gonna be very hot. And to go along with this, we've got some Mrs. Gary's Deli Fresh coleslaw. We've got some coleslaw, some fairly fresh coleslaw, we'll say. Let me give this a taste. Not too shabby, but instead of just eating that as a side dish, we're going to go ahead and slap our meat on the sandwich here. Barbecue pork, pulled pork, porky pork, whatever kind of pork you'd like to call it. And then we're going to slap this coleslaw right on top of that pork. Because that's how you do it. And I spilled a little bit right there. But that's not it. We got to put some hot sauce on there. Pick up the piece of coleslaw that we dropped on for. So we're going to use the Small Axe Peppers hot sauce. This came in the last mailbag. I opened this on the last live stream. It's got a really good tasty, like smoky flavor to it. We'll dump a little bit of that on there. Just a drizzle. And there we go. So coleslaw on top of like a barbecue beef or a barbecue sandwich is not out of the norm. Maybe it is where you live, but around here and in like a lot of barbecue restaurants, there's a lot of sandwich restaurants you can go to and they sell it exactly like this. There's probably a name for it. Let me look at my phone. Hold on. So I'm not really seeing like anything specific, but there's all sorts of different recipes like this with different pulled pork, beef, chicken, everything like that, and a bit of coleslaw on the top of it. And it's dripping on my finger. Let's see what this macaroni and cheese is all about. At a lot of barbecue restaurants around here, macaroni and cheese is a side dish, so I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely no restaurant mac and cheese. The sandwich beats that out by far. And the old propane heater worked great in a pinch to heat up the my pan of meats. Well, y'all, the sandwich was great. I'm gonna go ahead and I've got probably at least another 2 sandwiches worth of meat in here that I'm not gonna eat right now. What did I? God dang train! I can reuse this. It's like a Tupperware style package. I can reuse that. I'll put the meat back in there. The noodles. The noodles are questionable. The noodles themselves just have like a really starchy taste to them. And I don't know if it's because I didn't actually put it in the microwave or something like that, but not that good. I could have gone without this. If I need to dispose of that, yeah, the noodles just are not good, and it's probably because of the way I prepared it. But can't say much about that. We're gonna have to go ahead and toss that. Let's get this stuff cleaned up, and let's get ourselves a movie going and hang out for the evening. It's still pretty early, so stay tuned, y'all. All right, get that shoved back in there. We're all cleaned up. Whew. Cleaned up, and I've got a full gut full of barbecue meats. We're gonna get ourselves a movie going, hang out for the rest of the night. I turned the heater back on. It's 54 degrees in here right now. I do have that window open still from running the propane heater in here. But I'm gonna watch The Waterboy on Amazon Prime. I've seen this movie so many times, but it's absolutely hilarious with Adam Sandler. And yeah, we're gonna give this a watch, hang out for the evening. So hopefully tomorrow we can find ourselves the burner attachment for the jet boil. I know I've seen it in a couple stores. I don't know if they're gonna have it here locally, but we'll give it a shot. But for now, I'm just gonna hang out and watch the Waterboy.
Hey, Coach, how you been? Now, why ain't I surprised to see you snooping around?
Oh, man. Oh, it's like a beautiful sunrise out there on my face. Oh. Yeah, just coming up over there. My window's a little dirty. Oh, I suppose I can open these curtains up a little more. Well, do I want to make coffee? If I make coffee, I gotta go up to the cab of the truck and get more water. I'm on my 3rd bottle of water. I drank both of these in the middle of the night, and I just cracked this one open when I got up, and it's almost gone. I don't know why. I was really thirsty. see a little ice over there. Yeah, there's a bit more ice. You can see it around the edges. Cool spot. I'm definitely going to come back here for some more camping. It was really quiet. Like, there was not a single person that drove through this campsite last night, and I'm kind of surprised because I am not that far away from Lincoln. But it's a nice area. I'm sure this place is packed in the summer. Ooh, cows. What up, cuz? Is that tasty? Distraction. Okay. I had a good night last night, guys. The dinner over the heater was not bad at all. It's a great way to heat stuff up if you don't have anything else to use. I've done that in the ice fishing shack before. Like, I've taken pre-made breakfast burritos wrapped in foil, and then you pop the grate out like that, and you can just set them there and let them heat up. It's a way to do it that way when you're out ice fishing. I don't know if you could probably cook regular stuff just like I did last night. It's a little bit colder though. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. Like I said, I was reading the forecast and it looks like we have a possibility of snow coming up within the next few days. So fingers crossed it hits us. I'd like to do some snow camping, but I might just need to head north at some point. I'm currently waiting on an alignment for this turd, but I'm gonna close this one out. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.